Hi guys, Tim again with Real Southern Exposure. Welcome to another episode. We're planning on doing today. We're not going to be in the sawmill. I'm going to show you a piece of equipment I ended up making to try and make my life a little bit easier around here. It's a dump trailer. So, with that said, grab yourself a glass of sweet tea, kick back, relax, and take in a little more Real Southern Exposure. Let's do it. Well guys, this dump trailer that I built, it is a concoction of a lot of different things. You know I don't throw nothing away. Everything is useful in my book. I have old hinges from an old barn, a old Harbor Freight foldable trailer, mobile home, beams, and cross members, some pipe from a couple of those little satellite dishes, like, you know, DirecTV or whatever they're called, and some more pipe from, I want to say it's from I don't know, some gas lines, lawnmower blades, a loading arm for a manual wood miser, and a winch. Let's just see what they can do. Alright guys, I guess what we'll do is we'll start off with the back of the trailer. The back of the trailer has, these are cross members that are out of a mobile home frame. I just simply cut them down. They are not that thick. They're probably 3/32 of an inch thick, and that's it. I cut them down and welded them in on these mobile home I-beams. These are 8-inch lightweight I-beams, and that should be more than efficient to handle the load that this is going to end up taking. Now, the back is just a piece of plywood with a 1x6 on the inside and two old hinges from one of the barns, and a couple of hasps on there with latches to keep the gate. Tailgate, keep it in there. And then I got 1x6s here on the sides with 2x4s strengthening them. And I ended up doing it, I don't know if you remember the old truck beds, how the old tailgates were, how we used to have a chain that went down to a hook on the back, and that's what I was trying to do here, the same exact idea with these little latches right here, so that way it would throw the weight on these latches and secure the side and the tailgate at the same time. So whenever the tailgate goes down, I have the hinges cocked slightly to where whenever it goes down, it doesn't want to move out of that position. So if you notice, whenever I dumped it, the tailgate pretty much stayed down and out of the way. On the inside, I got two pieces of pressure treated plywood. This is where this red beam is right here. This is part of that Harbor Freight trailer, that foldable trailer that Harbor Freight made. These brackets was on the front that held the tongue on, and instead I ended up taking a piece of gas pipe, half-inch gas pipe, cut it down, welded it to the back, and then used some half-inch 306 stainless steel bolts in there to take and hold the tailgate, and put some little jam nuts on there as well. It works. So welded all this up, because usually whenever you end up doing these Harbor Freight trailers, everything's bolted together. But I had this thing, had it for a couple years, a few years. I bought it whenever I was making a move in the military, and it was just a cheaper way to go. It was a lot cheaper than renting a U-Haul or something, so I just ended up buying the trailer, because I think back then they were like $300, $250, $300, and you can't even build one for that. So anyway, yeah, works great. So then we end up moving up to the side of the trailer. You can see the three full-size 1x6s. This gives me an 18-inch high side to where I can dump a lot of stuff in here with these 2x6 securing it. And then it's got these little brackets. These came with the trailer. So, and then this right here, the axle and the tire, I have a whole bunch of these spare tires. I don't know if this axle is going to hold up for very long. This is a Harbor Freight axle, so this is actually the whole axle unit from that Harbor Freight trailer. You can see I joined the front and the back. I joined them together right here, and I also welded the two pieces of channel that's in here. This is roughly about 3 inches. So it's about 3-inch channel, 1/8 inch thick. Pretty lightweight, which is good for the winch, but you really have to be good at welding that to get it to be pretty decently strong. I should have put a diamond in here, but I think this weld joint is fine. It'll be all right. This right here is the axle from the Harbor Freight trailer. It comes in this whole unit, and all I did was just get it where I wanted it at. It's pretty much almost identical in the same spot, and then just took and welded it on up underneath. So that holds the axle on. It's a 2,000-pound axle. So that should be okay, considering 20% of your weight is going to be on wherever the hitch is. So, and then we move on up here. Now right here you'll notice a piece of angle iron. This is actually a piece of a Chevrolet truck frame. This is actually a piece of a Chevrolet truck frame. Older model, I think it's like from the 60s or something. I can't remember where at on the truck this was, but I just took that section and split it, put a piece here, put a piece on that side, and what that is only there for is to keep the bed that's up here, to keep it from shifting side to side, and to help guide it as it comes back down, so that way it sits in the perfect spot every time. So up here on the front, I have a 8,000-pound drop leg landing gear. I ended up buying these to go on the Wood Miser sawmill because at that time I was doing a lot of portable cutting in multiple locations. So I got these to put on there, just never got around to it, and put it on here. And I'm telling you, these drop leg 8,000 pound landing gear, they are well worth the money. There's a 3,500 pound winch that's on here. I do not recommend, personally, I don't recommend this traveler version, because the second that the motor starts to get warm, now if you're just doing like little spurts, it's fine. But the second that that motor starts to get warm, it will end up thermal overloading and it will trip it off. And then you have to wait for a few seconds, for a few minutes, so it can cool off to do it again. So if you're doing a lot of dumping and stuff, this is going to be your Achilles heel. So I'm planning on swapping this out, and I'm probably going to swap it out with Harbor Freight. Badlands 3,500 pound winch. The reason why is because I got about 24 of those things laying around. I thought because it came from Tractor Supply it would be better, but no. So anyway, so I'm going to swap this out with the Harbor Freight Badlands 3,500 pound. They don't have thermal overloads on those, and those are permanent magnet. So those are good DC motors. Well, good for Chinese version. Then I have the battery over here. It's just standard 12 volt battery. That's what runs this, and occasionally I will have to take and run some jumper cables to it from the tractor, because this motor right here is garbage. Anyway, right here, this box is actually a remote switch for the winch, to take and run the winch up and down. You have up and down. So yeah, this little remote switch goes to this box, and that's what tells the motor what to do, simply by reversing the polarity of the leads going to the motor itself. It's pretty simple. If you end up looking right here, this is actually a lawnmower blade in here, right here, that's carrying the load on this tongue, which the tongue that's on here is actually one of the manual ramps for a wood miser. I cut down a while back to make a log arch out of, and since then I haven't really used the log arch, because I have this wonderful thing called hydraulics. They're great in tractors and skid steers, and yeah, I don't necessarily need a log arch anymore. But anyway, so this is actually a lawnmower blade. You can still see the 5-point pattern that's in there from it's sitting on the mower itself. This is a piece of 8-inch I-beam, the lightweight I-beam that the winch is actually attached to, that's holding all the weight. And we have a piece of 5/8 or 3/4 inch rebar right here, and that rebar is there to keep the legs from spreading apart. So and then this right here is part of the A-frame, crane, hoist, whatever you want to call it. This is how the Romans did it back in, way back when. So I had figured if it worked for them, it may work for me too. So this right here is on both sides, actually keeps the A-frame from going backwards. These are brackets for tie downs. It keeps the tie downs from bending. That's what those are. Tie downs for mobile homes. And then this right here, this bottom part right here, I want to say that came off of, I think it came off a tower, or I don't know. But it's been used for so many things, I don't know. So it goes down, got a hole here, a slot on the inside, so that way this can adjust. And another piece of gas pipe that's in here with a 309 stainless steel bolt running through. And then that is what actually lets the pivot action happen and hold it in place. So right over here, you see the cable coming down from the pulley that's up there on top, and it goes down into an eyelet where the cable goes down. Now this cable goes into holes right here on the front of the trailer, and that cable goes all the way down into the back end. And the reason why I did that, because I wanted it to pull from the back forward, and then at the same time pick up on both the corners to keep this thing from twisting. So it's anchored way back there in the back, and then it comes up, the cable comes up and then ties off right there, so that way the winch can lift it up. As you can see the pulley up here that the cable's running to, that's in the top of the A-frame, and that is attached to 2 lawnmower blades that are up there as well, with a piece of electric fence used as a carter pin. Way over here. Right there. So that pulley is a 4,000-pound pulley that should be more than capable of picking up whatever we need from this end. So with that said, I hope this video has been educational. I hope you enjoyed it. Do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. We do appreciate it. And if you would, please leave a comment down below, and we'll go ahead and enter you into that monthly giveaway we have on the first video of every month. It's a $50 Visa gift card. In order to win, all you have to do is just be over the age of 18, be a subscriber, and leave a comment down below. So, with that said, I'll see you on the next video, and God bless.